Hi, welcome back to our channel. Today, I'll be discussing a topic on what are the languages that the Bible writers use when they write their books of the Bible. Now, the first language that they use is Hebrew, and most of the Old Testament, they use the ancient language of the Israelites, the Hebrew language. Now, there was an exemption. After the exile, people are using a common language, which is the Aramaic. This is the second one. So after the Hebrew, we have Aramaic, and they use it to write some parts of Daniel and some parts of the book of Israel. For example, in the book of Daniel, they use the word Aramaic was used in chapter 2, verse 4, some parts of verse 4 up to chapter 7, verse 28. Now also in the book of Ezra chapter 4, verses 8, and then up to chapter 6, verse 18. And of course, another chapter 7, verses 12 to 26. Now, they were written in Aramaic. Again, because of I think they want to emphasize it among readers of their time, that they want that the common people of their time could understand the writings. That's why they use the common language. Just like in the Philippines, we can speak in English, we write in English, but sometimes we use Filipino, the Tagalog, or the Bisaya to emphasize what really we want really to say among our readers. So we use the common language of the people. Even most of us can understand in English. So that's probably what they are doing. So there is Hebrew, but the common language during the time is Aramaic. So Daniel and Ezra use some parts in their book. They use some parts in their book. They wrote and use Aramaic to emphasize the writings among the readers during the time, to help them understand better and easily of what they are written by using the common language of their time. Now, the third language, of course, is the Greek, and most of the New Testament was written in Greek, and they use the Koine Greek. This is the common language during the time in the Eastern Mediterranean, and take note that Israel during this time was influenced by the Ptolemaic Empire, by the Grecian Empire, and as they felt the culture of the Greeks. Of course, the Greeks are bringing every culture they have, so that includes the language, the Koine Greek language, and most people understand it. So, and the empire also understood it. It was used in the entire Mediterranean, particularly in the Eastern Mediterranean area in the time of Jesus. So they used Greek to boast readership, so that people could really understand what they are trying to say, especially if they will send it. For example, Paul tries to write epistles throughout the Mediterranean era. So he chooses a medium, a language that can be understood easily by his reader. And in fact, in the 3rd or 2nd century BCE, they use the Greek language, to translate the Torah. This is during the time of Ptolemy II Philadelphus. 70 or 72 scholars, Jewish scholars, translated the Torah, or the first 5 books of the Bible, which is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. They use the common language of their time, especially they are in Egypt, which is under the Ptolemaic Empire, which uses Greek as a number one language. So therefore, for them it is very advantageous to use such language to translate it from Hebrew and Aramaic into let's say the Torah, which is purely Hebrew, to translate it into Greek language. So they find it very advantageous very strategic that, common people of the time can understand them. So they use the Greek language to translate the Septuagint. And later on, that beginning, the 70 or 72 scholars who started it, later on, the rest of the Old Testament was translated using the Greek language. So, again, if you have some questions, if you have some comments, please do comment on the comment section, like, share, and subscribe. And take note that the use of the languages in writing the books of the Bible by the writers of the Bible uses the language of their time for strategic purposes, for people and readership can understand them well. So I guess this is a lesson for us today, that when it comes to writing, use something that can be better understood by the readers of our times. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Please spread the good news. Thank you and have a good day, everyone.